Alright, Mike, right? Awesome. Where are you guys from? Idaho. Which part? Yep. Okay, gotcha. Nice. Gotcha. Got it. Say it again? Originally from Bend, Oregon. But lived here total about 12 years on Kauai. Yeah. No, all civilian. My dad was a pilot, so I grew up flying airplanes and everything. So kind of transitioned into it. And Sam, right? Awesome. You're what? Oh, me too, don't worry. He's the one with the nerves, he said. I said, I am too. Nah, you'll be fine. You picked a good day to go. What's that? Nice spot. Yeah. Alright, and JJ? Awesome. One more and we're out of here. This is a champion sound, you already know. Big tune on your radio. Kelby, K-E-L-B-Y. Coming with the sunset sound, our boys from the right to the street, from the underground. The double vibe, you want every day. Reggae music make you rock and sway. This is a champion sound, you already know. All right, one more, Sam, right? Yeah, you're right, Aaron. All right, everybody saw that safety briefing video, yeah? Okay, my name's Kelby, K-E-L-B-Y. So feel free to talk as much as you want on the flight, but you'll start to notice it is kind of a one-way conversation while we fly, since I'm the only one with a mic. I'm just going to get him to give this windshield one more wash. Got a little film on there. But you'll start to notice, like I said, it is kind of a one-way conversation since I'm the only one with a mic. But if you talk loud enough, I can usually pick it up. It might take a couple tries. I've got a lot going on in my headset that you guys don't hear. So, first 5 minutes of the flight and the last 5 minutes, you're not going to hear anything from me. I'm going to be pretty busy with the airport and the tower. Once we're all clear of the airspace, I'll let you know. But in between all of that's when I'm going to be telling you guys about the island. I am filming the flight. Got one camera faced inside and 3 on the outside. You're going to see me switching back and forth on this screen up front here. That's going to make a video they're going to show you as soon as we get back. Last thing, obviously we have no doors on this flight. So in between everything we're looking at, we're going to be going about 110 miles an hour. So keep in mind that wind stream's there. Somebody will probably do it. You'll go to point at something, it's going to wake you up pretty quick out there. So keep in mind it's there. All right, everybody ready to go? All right, I'm going to call tower, get our clearance, and we will be on our way. And I'll be with you again in about 5 minutes on the way out of here. Waiting on tower here. Alright, here we go. Tower just let me go. How's everybody doing? Awesome. So we're going to be flying around the oldest of all the Hawaiian islands today. Every Hawaiian island, they're all formed from just one hot spot that sits on the ocean floor. That hot spot sits on the backside or the south side of the Big Island. From the Big Island to our little island of Kauai, there's about 300 miles in the Hawaiian chain. So if every Hawaiian island started from just that one hot spot, that means that as they're formed, they're also constantly shifting. So every island, even today, they all shift at a rate of about 2 centimeters every decade. So for the island of Kauai to start where the Big Island is and make its way 300 miles away, moving just 2 centimeters every decade, they estimate that took about 5 million years to accomplish. So Kauai, the oldest of all the Hawaiian islands, right about that 5 million year mark. And Big Island is the youngest, at around 300,000. In around 200,000 years from now, Big Island will have shifted or moved off of that hotspot, and a new Hawaiian island, just forming off the backside of the Big Island, will just be breaking the water surface at that time. Out to the left, you'll start to see the south side of the island. That's Poipu, Hanapepe, Waimea Town, Kauai Coffee Company sits out there. On a day like today, we're not going to spend any time flying over golf courses or resorts or hotels. Going to let you look at all that from the ground. We're going to spend our time out towards the interior of the island, out here where the roads don't go. So there's There's a family on the island by the last name of Robinson. Actually owns about 15% of Kauai out ahead. All this land ahead is land that's been in their family since the early 1800s. One of their relatives by the name of Elizabeth Sinclair came over here from Europe and started to buy property. She actually paid around $10,000 in gold for this section of island ahead. But their main goal, just to conserve the land they have. So they do a little bit of cattle ranching. That's really their only source of income. They also issue a few permits every year for some movies to be filmed. But for the most part, everything we're going to look at for the next 10 minutes or so, this is all just being conserved out ahead here. Say it again. That's Poipu, and then it blends into Hanapepe and Waimea town. Gotcha. So I'm sure everybody's seen the original Jurassic Park movie. Very beginning of the first movie, as they're being flown onto the island. That's filmed just offshore the island of Molokai, so right between Maui and Oahu. And then as they turn the helicopter onto Jurassic Island, they fly right up this valley we're going to drop into here, called Hanapepe Valley. Where in the movie they fly all the way to the back to a waterfall, and they descend right down the face of that waterfall. That's their first landing on Jurassic Island. And the waterfall in the very back of the valley, that is Hanalei Falls, better known as Jurassic Falls. Right from the opening scene to the first Jurassic Park movie, just under 400 feet tall. And we'll climb upstream to another group of waterfalls here called Heli. So as we start climbing out of Hanakoa Valley, all these dead trees down below us, these are just some of the after effects of Hurricane Niki, which hit Kauai September 11th of 92. It actually missed the island by about 100 miles, and it made a perfect 180-degree turn right over top of the island. Wiped out electricity for just over 3 months here on Kauai. This canyon we're going to cross, this is called Olokele Canyon. Olokele is the border between Robinson's property and the very beginning of Waimea State Park. So Robinson's owned all the way to the other side of the canyon ahead. So everything in the canyon to the right, that's all their property, and about 3/4 of the way down to the left. That's everything that they're just conserving here on the island. So Hawaii, as a state, is home to 3 of the wettest spots in the world. 2 of them are on Maui, 1 of them right here on Kauai, the top of Mount Waiʻaleʻale. So just for comparison, Seattle, Washington, always known as a pretty wet and rainy place through the winter months, they'll get about 40 inches of rain on an average year. Other side of the spectrum, Phoenix, Arizona, they get about 7 inches. Here on Kauai, the top of Waiʻaleʻale, we get an average rainfall of 390 inches at the top of the island. And we've had record years that's gone all the way up to 600 inches in 1 year. So almost every day, we're getting at least a little bit of rain towards the top of the island. And as that water starts flowing, it's got to go somewhere. So what it does is it soaks into the Olokele swamp at the top of the island. That acts like a big sponge for all that rainwater. Waiʻaleʻale in Hawaiian means water overflowing. That water just starts spilling down from the top of the island.
This is a warning, we'll call it for miles away. This is a warning, we got to get down to this place. This is a warning, we'll call it for miles away. I see the pieces, but I don't know where they go. And I'm running fast, but I've never moved so slow. High in the desert, but I'm rolling in the snow. I feel so warm in a really cold place. A million lights in a very tight space. She's looking up and she's waiting on the big bang.
How's everybody in the back doing? You guys all good? Awesome. You you can drive all the way out here. It's about a 45-minute drive from the south side of the island. A little town also called Waimea. That first 45 minutes will get you up to the first lookout above us to the left up there. Once you go there, there's a few more lookouts towards the very back of the canyon. Eventually, if you take Waimea Canyon Road all the way to the end, you'll be looking right down into Kalalau Valley, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. So usually I exit the canyon to the left there, and we head straight for for Napali Coast. We're not going to skip anything, we're just going to take the long way around here, take advantage of some of these blue skies that usually aren't out here, and take us through my favorite section of the canyon called Poomau here. Plenty of room. A quick glimpse of Poomau Falls to the left and to the right here. So the road on Kauai only goes about 3/4 of the way around the island. On the west side, so behind us to the left, the road ends at a beach called Olokele, right where the beach meets the cliff. On the north shore, the road ends at a beach called Kauai. Everything in between the two is known as the Napali Coast, considered to be one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world, especially on an afternoon like this, but only accessible by a few ways. Obviously, helicopter and boat are the primary methods. There's also a world-famous trail called the Kalalau Trail, 11.2 miles each direction. I'll show you that here in just a minute. So like I said, we're going to take the long way around to Napali Coast. So next minute or so, I'm just going to let you soak in your first Napali Coast views. We're going to drop right into the back of Kalalau Valley, descend all the way to the beginning of the coastline.
I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes, burning cities.
each one of the valleys here on the Napali Coast, up until about 200 years ago, they were all inhabited out here. There was a point in time when every Hawaiian island had been conquered by King Kamehameha, besides Kauai. So they'd always live on the back of the island, so they were well aware of anyone making their way over from Oahu. Now I'm going to get this whole coastline on the right side here in just a minute. But even at that, they would live in the very back of these valleys. That way they were always protected by at least 3 sides while they were in the valley.
Time outside all day, doing whatever we like our way. Didn't need a wall to build a new.
So every beach in all of Hawaii, they're all open to the public. Never a private beach on the island. This one coming up, I'll put out the right side first. Has a rock archway over top of it called Honopu. Been used in the movie 6 Days, 7 Nights, Pirates of the Caribbean, and one of the early King Kong movies. But it's actually a very sacred burial ground, so you can still go to it, but the only way to get out here is by boat. And once your boat gets here, it has to stay offshore, and then you can swim onto the beach. But once you're there, you'll have both sides of this archway all to yourself. Even a nice waterfall in the back of the beach. That's called Honopu.
All afternoon, look at all the time we don't have to give up. Everything we're giving is enough. Moments fit together like a glove. So much questions and about it. It was a good day, yeah. I'm not too sober, just stay around.
Next beach we come up to is Kalalau. This is the end of the 11.2-mile Kalalau Trail. Everything above the beach, those are called the Cathedrals. All formed just by water flowing down from the top of the island.
It was a good day. I'm so glad the sun stayed around.
So we'll follow the Kalalau Trail in reverse. It ends at the beach down below us here. Runs right along this coastline to our left, up this red hill we're flying towards, where it climbs to about 600 feet. Then you'll see it winding in and out of the valleys as we cruise down the coastline.
The sun is shining, so I'm on my way, trying to find something new. Even when I'm lost, I'm knowing right where I'm going. Well, life's the ocean, ocean of emotions, and I'm just floating. 'Cause I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep, deep water, searching out for my getaway. Yes, I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep, deep water, searching out for my getaway. Ocean of emotions, better learn to swim. Got so many of them, gonna fall victim. Good riddance, 'cause you know it's all fun and games and fun. A lot of the fun and so the work going down.
Next valley we cross over is called Hanakoa. Hanakoa is the halfway point on the trail, so about the 6-mile mark here.
For the love or just for the high. I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep, deep water, searching out for my getaway. Yes, I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you
We're
know
going to come up to the Ho'olu'u Sea Cave. If you get on a boat ride that comes out here, you get on one that does not have a big tall mast on it. It'll take you right into some of these sea caves.
I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep water, searching out for my getaway. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep water, searching out for my getaway to my higher place.
As we turn the corner to the north side of the island, this beach right on the corner up here is called Ke'e. Ke'e is the end of the road on the north side of the island. It's also the very beginning of the Kalalau Trail. And we'll go straight through to the next beach up here called Tunnels, or Hyena. I'll do one big left-hand 360. And we'll get Ke'e and Tunnels out the left side. One more view all the way down the Napali coastline.
What is hopeless and what is real? I wish I knew how I feel. I hope I can find that love inside. Give me a chapter, bring me along. There's a place where we all belong. Still I wonder, where's my paradise?
Alright, we'll get Ke'e and Tunnels out the left side. One more view all the way down the Napali.
How does the darkness show me the way? We all get lost, we've all been astray. Hold me close and tell me everything's alright. The world keeps turning, the sun goes down. Moment of silence, the greatest sound. Still I wonder, where's my paradise?
Couple humpback whales just to the right there. Left side, get your view out down the Napali Coast, and then I'll make a turn here. might be diving real quick on us down there. And right side, your view all the way down Napali. Maybe the whale if he stayed up. They dive pretty quick. I think I watched him dive pretty quick on us.
And you stole it on. Take me back to where we started. When you're all alone, follow your
So straight ahead is Princeville. Just to the left of Princeville, that reef that runs up the North Shore, that's called Nini. Just to the right of Princeville, one of my favorite spots on the island called Hanalei Bay.
know they'd rather feel at home than be alone tonight. When all the reasons falling down, the world will stop beating now. In your heart, trying to find what's getting lost in your time. I hope I did find my paradise.
Last little town to our right on the north side of the island, I'm sorry, to the left, called Waimea. Turn here. I saw something floating. I'm going to check out what it is here. Log.
Allow me up to swing around before I go. Your home won't fence in the side of the palm of your hand. I try to tell a man what that girl don't understand. The choice is yours. Where you're at, the choice is yours.
They've been doing a search for since last night for somebody off of Anini out there. So we were all making sure that wasn't whatever they're searching for floating out there. Okay, back on track. This is Lumahai Beach. It sits right in the middle between Hanalei to the left of the beach, and the last little town to our right on the north side of the island called Waimea. All the patches around Hanalei Bay out there, those are taro patches. So they take the root of taro, they grind it up, and they make it into a traditional Hawaiian food called poi. Lots of luau's will serve poi if you haven't tried it yet. And if you've been down into Hanalei or Princeville, you can always look up south. You can see a staple of being on the north side of the island. Right around the corner here is Namolokama Falls. Would be considered one of the tallest waterfalls in the world at about 3,000 feet. Except you'll notice here it actually has about 15 pools going from top to bottom, technically not making it one solid waterfall for any world record. Part of the flight in the next couple minutes. I'd like to let you just sit back, take in some views, and listen to a little music as we fly through one of my favorite valleys on the island. It's called Hanalei Valley. I'd like to give you a little time just to soak it all in through here. And we'll follow Hanalei River all the way to the back of the valley. About 3.5 million years ago, Kauai had its largest eruption. It actually came right out the east side of Mount Waiʻaleʻale. Now a dormant volcano, we're going to climb out of Hanalei Valley, make our way to Waiʻaleʻale crater. We'll drop in the crater here at about 2,000 feet from sea level. Top of the mountain all the way up above us, that goes straight up to 5,300. Right up to one of the wettest spots in the world up there. Very top of Mount Waiʻaleʻale. Which, if you remember, means water overflowing. So that water just starts spilling down from the top of the island. looking all the way to the back of the crater. That's called the Weeping Wall. There's so much water and pressure. It actually takes the water, pushes it right out of the rock wall back there. So headed to the left, that's the north wall of the crater. To the right is the south wall. Everything in between the two came erupting out straight ahead of us. All in one eruption. So very similar to Mount St. Helens in Washington. This was one eruption and then it went dormant. Never to erupt or even be active again. In fact, the island of Oahu sits exactly 100 miles straight ahead of us. They have rock on the first shores of Oahu they believe came from this eruption right here. Over 100 miles away. So I've got to talk to the airport and the tower here for the next couple minutes. So I'm going to let you take in the views again. These big trees down below us with the broad canopies on them, those are albizia trees. Every once in a while you'll see a tree with some bright orange flowers on it. Those are African tulips. Ahead to the right is Lahui. Ahead to the left, the little town of Kapaa. I'll be back with you as we cross that ridge in the distance there.
We got no place to be. Where there's love, there is life, there's a hope and a dream. This is the place for you and me. We can go, we can stay, we can hide, we can run away. We can feel and swim in the ocean. We've fallen, life is calling. I found love in the strangest places where all is meant to be. Shaman told us sound of your favorite song. I said, good love is all we need. And when you get down, turn it up loud and soon we'll feel at peace. When the world does you wrong, you listen to that song like a bird they listen to the trees. There's a fire on the horizon. There's a fire that it burns. We can get higher over the mountains. We've fallen, life is calling. We're all just animals, we're criminals, but we're innocent always. In this jungle, we're all just animals, we're criminals, but we're innocent always. So many miles I've walked, so many rivers I've crossed, so many battles I've lost, making who I am today. And
Alright, as we start making our way back into Lahui, once we get on the ground, just hang tight. One of the boys are going to come help you out of the helicopter. They're there to make sure that you don't exit to the back of the helicopter, since it will still be spinning on your way out. So here at Air Kauai, we have no set routes we have to fly. So I've just taken you to all of my favorite places that I enjoy flying around the island. Hopefully I was able to show everybody enough of the island, make you fall in love with Kauai as much as I do. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your time on the island. Alright, how'd everybody do? Awesome, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll hang tight for just a minute here.